Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another Minecraft Java video. Today we're going to be taking a look at some Minecraft Java shaders for Minecraft Java Edition version 1.17.1. I am running the SEUS PTGI shaders. These are the path traced global illumination shaders which offer ray tracing in Minecraft Java Edition, and some of you might have heard of this, and we can finally download this for free. And I'm really excited to try out these shaders. I think they're one of the best shaders I've seen so far, and I have paired them up with a resource pack as well. And as you guys can see, we do have some nice ray tracing in here and some nice reflections and shadows and sun effects as well. If we have a look at the textures as well, I think these textures look really cool, as you guys can see. I am running the 256 pack for these textures, so I'm going to show you guys how to download the SEUS PTGI shaders and also how to install the SEUS PTGI shaders. I'm also going to show you guys how to download and install this resource texture pack, and I'll show you quickly the resource pack I'm using. It's called Hardtop Vanilla Accurate 256X, and we can download this completely free. So basically I'm going to show you guys how to download and install the SEUS PTGI shaders completely free from the official website of the creator, which is the Sonic Ether website. And we can actually go ahead and download the SEUS PTGI shaders for free now. They are available and anyone can just go ahead and download them and use them. I would recommend that we do use them with OptiFine, because I have noticed that there are issues when we do try to use them with iris shaders. So if you guys are willing to try this out, definitely try this out with OptiFine. So I'm also going to show you guys how to download and install OptiFine for Minecraft Java Edition version 1.17.1. And as you guys can see in the top left there of my screen, I am running the latest version of Minecraft Java Edition, which is 1.17.1. And one thing to notice is that we do get these lines coming on the top there if we do run the SEUS PTGI shaders in windowed mode. For any of you who like to play in windowed mode, I would recommend that you press F11 on your keyboard and switch to the full screen mode, because everything will look so much better and we won't have those annoying lines on the top there. So as you guys can see, we do have some nice reflections there. It has started raining and we can see the reflections coming off there, off the lampposts and the lanterns as well. Let's turn the time to night as well, just to have a look at how it looks at midnight. So as you guys can see, it looks really nice. It is obviously raining as well, so we've got those nice rain reflections there as well, alongside the normal reflections as well. If I was to go into my shader options, we can have a look that there is a section here for ray tracing options as well, and we can go into the ray tracing options, and as you guys can see, I have turned on the ray tracing reflections and the screen space reflection tracing as well, and the screen space GI tracing as well. So we can go ahead and enable all those things. You can also see that I have set the texture resolution to 256, because the texture pack that I am running at the moment is the 256X version as well. So as you guys can see, everything looks really nice. We do have those nice reflections there and those glowing effects as well. Alright, so as you guys can see, we do have some nice sun's reflection there and bouncing off the wood as well. And we also have the shadows coming in as well from the sun on the ground there. So this is one of the best looking shaders I have seen till date for Minecraft, and in the past we did have to pay for this, but luckily we can get this completely free now, and we don't actually need a RTX compatible graphics card to run this. So even though this shader pack does have the ray tracing capabilities inside it, it has the ray tracing reflections, we don't actually need a RTX compatible graphics card. So just make sure that your graphics card is powerful enough to run these. So at the moment I am getting close to 60 FPS or slightly higher. I would recommend that you do enable VSync to get a much smoother experience in this. So just take a look at this scene. It looks really nice. Everything is so smooth, and it does have some nice moving clouds as well. We have the nice realistic sun effects there. I do like the sky color as well. I think that looks really nice, as you guys can see, and combined with the actual texture pack, if you have a look at the blocks there, they look so realistic and really nice and 3D like, coming in your face, as you guys can see over there. So I would highly recommend that you guys give this shader pack a go and combine it with the texture resource pack that I've showed you today. And I'm going to show you how to download and install the Zeus PTGI shaders now. And then after that, I'm going to show you how to download and install the resource texture pack as well. And then I'm also going to show you how to download and install OptiFine and get everything running and set up for your Minecraft Java Edition version 1.17.1. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do now is to actually download and install Java. So let's go ahead and start the download for Java, because we do need Java to open up the OptiFine installer. So just open up your internet browser and just type in Java JDK16 and search for that. And the link we need to go to is the oracle.com link. So just click on the link for that and scroll down. And because I'm on a Windows-based machine, I'm going to download this file, which is the JDK version 16.0.2 Windows x64 installer. So I'm going to click on this file and tick this box and download this file. So I'm going to wait for this download to finish. It is 151 megabytes, so it shouldn't take that long. So I'll just wait for that to finish and I'll be right back. Alright, so as you guys can see, the Java JDK version 16.0.2 file has finished downloading. So I'm going to close this down and close down this tab. Okay, so the next file we're going to download now is OptiFine, and I will leave a link in the description for all of the downloads I'm going to show you guys today, so you don't have to go around searching for them. You can just click on the links in the description and it will take you to these pages. Okay, so in your search bar, just type in Minecraft OptiFine and wait for that to load up. And as you guys can see, this is the link we need to go to, which is the optifine.net link. So click on that and just go to the download section and look for the latest version, which is currently Minecraft version 1.17.1. Click on this bit here which says preview versions. So you can see that the latest release of OptiFine is actually the OptiFine HDU G9 pre-35 release. And if we click on the changelog, we can actually see that at the moment it's not compatible with Forge, so you can't actually use this officially with Forge. If you guys did want to use this with Forge, you would have to get the OptiForge mod. So if you guys are interested in doing that, do check out my OptiForge video, and I will leave a link to that video in the description, so you guys can go ahead and use OptiFine with Forge if you wanted to do so. Okay, so click on preview versions. I'm going to click on the mirror link here to start the actual download for the preview release of OptiFine. I'm going to click on the download link now, so it should start the download. So let's wait for that file to finish downloading. I'm going to click on this bit here and click on keep, and we can close this down so we can see that the OptiFine file has finished downloading. Okay, so the next file we're going to download now is the actual shader for Minecraft Java Edition version 1.17.1, and we're going to download the Zeus PTGI shaders completely free, and it's a free download as I mentioned earlier. So in your search bar, just type in Sonic Ether, and it should come up with the sonic-ether.com website, which is the author's main website. So click on that link there, and it should load up the web page for the Zeus PTGI shaders, and it should look something like this. So click on the link at the bottom here where it says for more information and downloads for Zeus, check out this page. So click on that link over there and you will come to this page. Now you can actually go ahead and check out the other shaders which this author has made as well. One of the other ones to check out is Zeus Renewed. So if your computer isn't as powerful enough to run the Zeus PTGI shaders, Zeus Renewed is a good alternative, and I would highly recommend that you guys check that one out. If you were to scroll down and look for the actual downloads, you will see that it only has the downloads for Zeus Renewed, Zeus version 11 and Zeus version 10.2 Ultra, and it doesn't actually have the Zeus PTGI download link here. To actually download Zeus PTGI completely free, we have to go up here, click on the Patreon link. As we can see, it should bring you to the Patreon link for the author, and you can go ahead and join the membership levels as well. And if we just scroll down over here, there will be a post where he has posted the Zeus PTGI HRR test version 2.1 file over here. So just click on continue reading. So as you guys can see, it does have a little bit of information here, and we can go ahead and click on the link to download it. So I'm going to click on this link to download the zip file, so we can go ahead and download the version 2.1 zip file. Let's go ahead and do that now. One thing to note is that you do actually have to log in to Patreon. So I'm going to log in now just so I can actually enable the download, and it's completely free to register and log in to this website. Alright, so after you guys have registered and logged in, you should be able to click on this link and it should start the actual download. So as you guys can see, it has started the download for me over here. So I'm going to close this down. The next file we're going to download is the actual texture pack. So on this post, you can see a mention for the hardtop vanilla accurate resource pack. So if we just click on this link over here, it should take us to the hardtop creators website, and if we just click on the download section over here, scroll down, and I'm going to download the vanilla accurate file. I'm going to click on this bit here, and I'm going to scroll down, and where it says downloads, I'm going to look for the 256x version. Obviously you can go ahead and download the higher ones, but they are a bigger file size. I believe this one is about 1 GB, so I'm going to download the 256x version and wait for that to finish the download. I would recommend using the mirror link because this one does use the AdFly links, which are quite annoying and you do have to wait a while. So just use the mirror link and you should come to this web page and just wait a few seconds, and it should take us to a Mediafire page where we can just go ahead and click the download link here, and it should start the download. So if you guys are thinking of downloading this resource pack, then do it via the mirror link instead of the main link if you want to avoid using the AdFly links. Okay, so let's wait for this download to finish and I'll be right back. Alright, so as you guys can see, it has finished downloading the hardtop vanilla accurate 256x texture resource pack file, and what I'll do now is I'll place all of these files on my desktop and I'll show you guys how to start the installations and get everything set up. Alright, so I've placed all of the files on my desktop and I'm going to start off with installing the Java JDK version 16.0.2 file, because we do need this file to be installed in order to open up the OptiFine file and get the installer to work properly. So let's go ahead and double click on the JDK Windows installer file to open up the installer. And as you guys can see, I am getting a message here that says this software has already been installed on your computer. Would you like to reinstall it? I'm going to select yes. I'm then going to click on next for each of these options just to go ahead with the default selections. I'm going to wait for the installation to finish and I'll be right back. Alright, so as you guys can see, it does say Java has been successfully installed. So let's click on close and we can now move this file out of the way. We can now go ahead and actually open up the OptiFine installer. So I'm going to right click on the OptiFine file. I'm going to select open with, and I'm going to select Java platform SE binary, and it should open up the OptiFine installer. As you guys can see, I'm going to leave the folder as the default because that is my default Minecraft installation folder. I'm going to click on install, and it should come up with a message that says OptiFine is successfully installed. So click on OK, and we can now move this file out of the way. Okay, so the next steps do involve actually moving these two files into the Minecraft directory so we can then install the SUSE PTGI HRR test 2.1 zip file, and we can install the hardtop vanilla accurate 256 version 1.9.0 zip file texture pack as well. So the next thing we're going to do now is open up the Minecraft launcher. Alright, so once the launcher loads up, you will notice it does say OptiFine at the bottom left here in the drop down, so we do know that OptiFine has been installed. So if we just click on installations over here, we can see it does say OptiFine 1.17.1 OptiFine HD U G9 335. So we do know that it has been installed because it is showing us the OptiFine link here in the installation section. And the next thing we're going to do now is actually install the shader pack. So just hover over any one of these lines here and click on the folder icon as I'm doing over here, and it should open up your Minecraft directory. And then make sure that you do close down the launcher because we will open it later on. And I'm going to now install the shader pack. So basically just look for a folder that says shader packs. If you don't have this folder that says shader packs, right click anywhere on an empty space, click on new, click on folder, and then rename it to shader packs. And then once you've done that, go inside the shader packs folder. And then the next thing I'm going to do now is actually move the SUSE PTGI file inside this folder. So I'm going to take this zip file and then place it inside the shader packs folder. So your shader packs folder should have the SUSE PTGI HRR test 2.1 zip file inside it. Okay, so I'm going to go one level up again, and now I'm going to look for another folder which says resource packs. So just make sure that you do have a folder over here that does say resource packs. For any reason, if you don't have this, right click on an empty space, click on new, click on folder, and then rename it to resource packs. I'm going to go inside this folder. Now I already do have a few other resource packs inside this folder, and what I'll do now is I'll place the hardtop vanilla accurate 256x zip file inside this folder. So it should look something like this, and you should have the hardtop vanilla accurate resource pack inside this folder, and this is completely optional. You don't actually have to install this resource pack. The Seus PTGI shaders should work without this just fine. This is just to show you guys as an example. Okay, so we can now close down this window and let's open up the Minecraft launcher again. Okay, so we can now launch OptiFine. So you've got two methods of doing this. You can either click on OptiFine here, click on play, or we can go to the installation section and hover over OptiFine and then click on the play button. So let's go ahead and do that now and wait for the game to load up. Alright, so as you guys can see, the game has now loaded up. I'm going to press F11 on my keyboard and make sure that the game is running in full screen, because the Seus PTGI shaders do run better in full screen mode compared to windowed mode. Okay, so now if I go to options, click on video settings, on the bottom left here it says OptiFine HD G9 Pre 35 Ultra. So I do know that OptiFine has been installed for Minecraft 1.17.1, and I can now go into my shaders section by clicking on the shaders button there and just click on the Seus PTGI HRR test 2.1 zip file to activate it. And then the next thing we need to do now is click on shader options and go to ray tracing options and then turn on the ray tracing reflections as well over here. So anything that we do see that's turned off, you can select the on button for those if you want to do that. And let's go back and click on done. The next thing I'm going to do now is click on details, and I'm going to make sure that alternate blocks has been switched to off. So just make sure that it does say alternate blocks off. And for the trees, you can either select fancy or fast. Just make sure it doesn't say smart for the trees. So I'm going to set mine to fast because I'm not too interested in the actual trees, to be honest. So just make sure that alternate blocks is off and it doesn't say smart for the trees. I'm going to click on done, and the next thing we're going to click on is the quality, and in the quality settings just make sure that the natural textures have been set to off as well as it's showing here. Okay, so we can now go back one level, and I'm now going to enable the resource pack, which I installed earlier as well. So I'm going to click on resource packs, and I'm going to look for the hardtop vanilla accurate 256x resource pack, and I'm going to click on this button here, and it will say, are you sure you want to load this pack? And it will also say this pack was made for an older version of Minecraft and may no longer work correctly. I'm going to select yes because we do know that it does work with the version 1.17.1. So I'm going to click on done, and it should load up the screen there again because it is loading the resource pack into Minecraft. So let's just wait for that to finish loading. Alright, so now that we know that the resource pack and shaders have been configured and everything is running fine, you can actually go back into video settings and play around with these other settings as well. I have set my render distance to 8. You can actually go ahead and select a higher render distance chunk there if you wanted to do so, and you can actually play around with all these other settings as well. You can also go into the shaders section here, click on shader options, and you can also go into post-processing and turn off motion blur like I showed you earlier. I'm also going to select saturation and change this up to 1.3, make it a bit more saturated as well. I'm going to click on single player and create a new survival world. So let's see what the new survival world looks like with the Seus PTGI shaders. Alright, so as you guys can see, it has loaded me into a survival world, and everything does look so amazing. As you guys can see, we do have the nice sun's rays there and the clouds as well. I think this is one of the best looking scenes I've seen in a Minecraft shader, and I think everything looks really nice. We do have the cool looking texture resource pack as well. As you guys can see, It does look nice. One thing to note is that the texture resource pack is the 256x version as well. So we need to go back into the shaders file and make sure that the texture resolution has been set to 256, which I forgot to do earlier. So just make sure that your texture resolution is set to whatever the texture resolution is of the resource file. So let me just quickly show you guys what I mean. So as you guys can see, this is the 256x version. So in your shader options, just make sure that the texture resolution is 256. So click on done, and we can now go back into the game. And as you guys can see, everything does look really nice. Let's go and have a look at some of the trees over here. You can see the textures on the tree there look really nice and realistic as well. I do like those textures as well. And I do like the grass as well. We do have other cool stuff with this texture pack that looks really nice. If I just quickly change my game mode to creative, and let's have a look at the block of netherite there. So as you guys can see, it has some nice reflections there coming off the sun, and it looks quite realistic as well. And obviously the water is one of the best I've ever seen in the SUS shader pack. The SUS shader packs do have some of the best looking water graphics I've seen compared to all the other shaders as well. So if you guys are looking for a shader pack with really nice water graphics, I would highly recommend that you guys download and install the SUS PTGI free shaders as well. So if you guys have been wondering how do I download and install the SUS PTGI ray tracing shaders, hopefully this video would have helped you, and hopefully you will now know how to download and install the SUS PTGI ray tracing shaders and how to actually download and install OptiFine for Minecraft Java Edition version 1.17.1, and hopefully you guys will also know how to download and install the hardtop texture resource pack for Minecraft Java Edition version 1.17.1. Hopefully you guys have found this video useful. If you have, please do give us a like. If you have any comments or queries about installing the SUS PTGI shaders or any problems that you run into, then do leave them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to try and help you guys out. Also drop a comment below and let me know what you guys think about this shader pack. Were you guys able to run this okay on your computer, and will you continue to use the shader pack for your survival world or adventure or creative worlds that you create, and what your opinion is about this shader pack as well. It would be interesting to know what you guys think about it. And also please do subscribe to this channel to help support it, help it grow, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.